the intro music. Yeah! Woo!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, taking a look at patch 43 for Star Trek Fleet Command Strange New Worlds, which, and I said this leading into this, it's not that I'm not excited. Like, I love Strange New Worlds. I actually think it's one of the best Star Treks ever. I mean, it has potential to be the best ever, which I guess all new Star Trek has the potential to be the best ever, but this one, like, legitimately feels like it could get there. But it's so new. What can you really throw into the game? Yet it almost feels like one of those things where, you know, CBS and Paramount were like, yo, we need you to do this. Even though it's new, and even though you can't really explore it, you gotta do it. I don't know if that's really the case, obviously, but it just feels like it's just already, really? But anyway, Strange New Worlds is here, coming with new officers, 4 new officers, as well as updates. Now, this is the thing that I want to focus on the most this month. Updates to current things. Are the events going to be great? Are the updates, are they listening and updating older things? Let's be honest, there's not a ton you can throw in from Strange New Worlds, right? Well, let's start with it. Hey, first line, look at this. Commanders. Star Trek The Wrath of Khan is celebrating its 40th anniversary this month. First of all, yes, greatest Star Trek movie in history. If you disagree, I don't want to say you're wrong because everybody's opinion matters, but you let me know your favorite Star Trek movie in the comments. My favorite Star Trek movie of all time. This has nothing to do with Strange New Worlds. Why don't we list it? Unless, are y'all going to do something with Wrath of Khan? Are you going to honor Wrath of Khan in some way? That would be dope. So let's go ahead and move on because a lot of things that we got to talk about in this video. We got a Galaxy Tree extension being added. We'll take a look at that here in a second. All commanders above level 40 will now be able to research new powerful nodes in the Galaxy Tree. Over 90 new nodes will be added, and there's a lot of stuff here for higher level players in the 5-star range as well as the 4-star range, helping give that economy more love like 3-star has gotten. I know many of you out there be like, well, 3-star is still hard. Yes, every game of this style is going to have a bit of a grind factor, and that's just the truth of it. But compare right now to 2 years ago where the 3-star economy was, and it's vastly improved. So not saying that we shouldn't keep improving it. We should make 2-star, 3-star just super easy to fly through if we're going to push 4 and 5, but that we needed a lot of updates to the 4-star and 5-star economy, and these researchers are going to help with that. Things like mining upgrades and updates and things that make your ship stronger, officer stat updates. We'll take a look at some of those here in a bit. They also require a new currency because, of course, we can't add something to the game without adding a new currency. Can we please stop adding new currencies? We could have just had research. Do we need new currencies with the research? Was it like a requirement? Do you have a quota to reach when it comes to researches and currencies? I don't know. Anyway, that's what we got. So let's move on. New officers, starting with Strange New Worlds Pike. I'm gonna go first say Anson Mount is a beautiful, beautiful human being. One of it brings tears to my eyes how beautiful he is. This is just an amazing, beautiful person. I'm sorry, but as a character, he's fantastic. And as an officer, I'm gonna tell you right now, here are the stats from STFC.space. When I tell you that what you're about to see is the potential to be one of the best grinding crews for higher levels, yo, read the captain's ability. Increases shield mitigation by X%. That X is 4%, but with synergy will increase. Okay, so for those that don't know, in a battle log, shields stop 80% of any non-mitigated damage. Remember, there's 3 layers to a battle log: mitigation, shield, and then hull damage. If you have full synergy, that's plus 14%. That takes that from 80 to 94. I'm telling y'all, while this will not replace Pike Monroe Chin as your primary hostile crew, this is looking like we're gonna have another Pike crew that is hostile grinding oriented and going to give you a lot of advantages, but you have to take a look at the other characters for why. So here's the full list. I meant to put up like a minute ago, but I got excited. Here's the full list of stats from STFC.space about Pike and how he works and why he's going to be great on your ship. Particularly, I think players in the 40s and 50s are going to probably, go after this the hardest early on, because I mean, it is an epic officer. Let's not pretend like this is going to just get handed to us, because it's being real here. But still, finding a way to grind these deep level hostiles has been important, but also for us to have a secondary hostile grinding crew. Well, this already looks like we're getting that potential. We got to see what the other officers look like to really make that, determination, right? So let's scroll down and we've got Spock. So Spock, also a very interesting character. swap it over to Spock's card. Captain's Maneuver decreases critical hit chance of hostiles. So hostile grinding, not necessarily huge on him, but let's look at the officer ability. Preemptive maneuvers. Increases armor, shield, and dodge by Y% of total defense when attacking hostile interceptors from an explorer. So this is twofold. One, gives us a reason to actually go after those daggum interceptors. Two, giving us a boost to our mitigation. So similar to what we would see from another set of officers. So far we're seeing Strange New Worlds focus on hostile grinding, which is needed. It's actually been something desperately needed for players in the 40s and the 50s. And I know many of you are going, what's just another whale arc? I hate the whales. They need content too. I do agree that we need content for everybody. You can't just release a month that's dedicated entirely to high-level players. That's not my argument. Please don't say that it is. But I will say that these things are needed, and you will start to feel this burden. And even if you don't need them as a high-level player, or you're not worried about high levels, you do still need them because you want extra hostile grinding crews for all the events that we have. Let's move on down to Leon Noonien Singh, one of my favorite new officers in Star Trek. Rotate that on over. Increase warp speed by X%, not really caring about that. But increase max cargo. So right now we got a full synergy officer. This is month 1. So we just saw an officer that boosted our mitigation on an explorer. Surely there's got to be one for battleship or interceptors, etc. coming up, which would of course make us believe Strange New Worlds has got a little bit of life and a little bit of leg to it. We'll just have to see how exactly that plays out. So Leon going to be probably not the strongest officer, but not necessarily the worst. Not necessarily the worst. Now, lower deck ability, by the way, is what that max cargo is, and then increases warp speed by X% is officer ability, not a captain, one of the unfits to leads. I do want to point out that this is a little bit weird though, because Leon Noonien Singh is a bridge officer in Strange New Worlds, and that makes no sense. She's literally the chief tactical officer. So her not having a captain's ability is a little bit odd to me, but okay, whatever. I do love lower decks, and I do think that it's great that we have that. And for now, she'll help give synergy. Now you have a 4th officer coming out that has nothing to do with Strange New Worlds, but still could be very interesting, and that is going to be Reginald Barclay. Many of you will remember Broccoli from Next Generation and Voyager, with him having 2 abilities, no captain's abilities. You get 2 lower deck officers this run. The officer ability right there, win them over, increases defense in all officers by X%. But it's the protected cargo ability of the below decks ability that's probably gonna get most people excited, with another protected cargo officer. Once again, we're giving a boost to all those miners out there. It's not my brand of love, but if it is yours, hey, it's a good time to be a miner, I guess. Right now, it's not really my thing. Go to the Discord if you caught Rev flipping up on that, because that was just really weird. Okay, moving on, transitioning on out. Here we go. We'll see the new holodeck being added to the game. New building, starting for level players 15 plus. Finally something that can kind of focus on lower level players. Remember all those missions that you wanted to do before and you couldn't do? Bingo. You've got a building now that's going to give you missions on a cycle so that you can always go back and find some of the ones and do some of the ones that you weren't able to do before, which for a lot of you players out there who are lore friendly, who are really big into the depth of the game, this is a fantastic addition. And starting off at a low level, completing missions of holodeck will provide commanders with shards to unlock Reginald Barclay. Yay! So now we've also got sourcing for an officer for protected cargo, and we've got more missions coming out where we've got level 60 plus missions. We've got the level 15 missions, old missions from previous events. That's fantastic. We like having things that lower level players can revisit older stuff. Here's the battle pass stuff. We got new missions, of course, coming out as we do every month. So lots of missions coming out for Strange New Worlds. Here are your avatars and your badges. I'm not sure how excited many of you are, but I do like the frames and stuff. And then a slew of bug fixes. A slew, which is good. Hopefully, they fixed more than they broke. Fingers crossed. Now, real quick, I wanted to take a look in-game to talk about some of those researches that we had just mentioned. If you go to your galaxy tree, you're going to find a bunch of them. Like I said, you're really starting at level 40 plus. You come over here to Boday's Hall. Now, if you remember, this is going to have new weeklies and dailies that pay out this brand new currency called Rhodinium that you'll need to research this, because new currencies are just the theme of the game. We have new ones. Yeah. Yay. No. Okay, I don't like them. You don't like them, whatever. So we've got new ones. We've also got new primes, because Why not? Featuring 6-star rare crystal, which is pretty normal, by the way. So this is going to be a pay-only feature for now. You're not grinding for this at the moment. Increases the mining rate of all grades, crystal, gas, and ore. This is nice that it applies to all of them and not just a singular type, but we'll keep moving. Prime enhanced analysis. Increases ship XP earned from combat. Now that's a pretty good one. You'll notice it takes multi-facet credits. This is literally the definition of a spender prime. Not only is this a prime, this is literally a... Okay, cool. That is 100% spender prime. There's no free-to-play path to multi-facet credits. That's just... Anyway, we finally got Prime Crystal Refinery for 4-star, as well as the gas and ore, so that you now have those options. Like in 3-star, where we have the primes that we scrap for, we get. Now you have the Prime 4-star versions, where you gotta get to R&D 43 for me to show them to you. But we can have a video going over a lot of these new researches. This video is just meant to give you a kind of a cover of what all is included in this update. So we'll go into specifics in another video, but lots to do in terms of updating the game. Not as much in terms of Strange New World. We just see a few characters, not seeing a new ship or anything, not seeing this new ship skin, but we'll see what the upcoming months have. Remember, week ones or month ones always start a little bit slow compared to other months in an arc. That's pretty normal. So as long as we're getting these updates that we're really pushing for, like the transporter power updates and stuff, then, well, we should be good to go. Let me know what you think so far in the comment section down below. More videos coming out to cover, especially things like the Starfleet Academy series. I know people are curious about, and yes, this is a part 1. So multi-parter Strange New Worlds coming out. Let me know what you think. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next one. Howdy!
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.